enabling the Akali, and of course the bot lane later on when that gets picked up for FPX. The Zeri pickup here, either for Z or Soil, can be flexed out. So very good picks here by Thundertalk, just to, you know, keep FPX guessing, not giving them the you know, the ability to be super counter picky. But of course that does mean that if Z gets this Zeri, it will be a little bit more difficult for Skyfall in the early game to just go up against this melee, this ranged champion, sorry. But I think Xingdao7 as the Lee Sin is going to have a huge impact here for FPX, especially in that early game with the way that they like to play.
Yeah, so much focus on the ADCs right now on the banning phase. And that gives a little bit of a leverage here on Thundertalk because they have picked up the Zeri already. They can go for an AP or like a mage into the mid lane as well. Z can use something like a Gwen or a Vladimir, whichever he will be interested in. Yesterday, he did try out the Gwen as well and was able to perform massively into the team fights. So Vladimir is going to be removed. That will give lesser options for Z. Might actually force out the Gwen early, or... wow, we haven't seen a Senna in so long as well. I'm so excited to see it, but I don't think it's time just yet to pick it up. Especially that they have to pick up a support this time around for Chenzi because there's not a lot of options this time around. Galio might be better to zone away the Akali and might as well just lock it in.
Yeah, and of course the hero's entrance is very useful to get a save onto, you know, either the Zeri or maybe get an engage going with the Camille with the Renekton. So a decent pick here, but a lot of supports still available that are, well, a couple of supports that are available that are still decent. Gragas, of course, we saw it being Hover. There's still the Alistar. Sona still up if they want to go that route, but I think that does make them a little bit less tanky, a little bit less durable in those team fights for all of the utility she provides. So engage is going to be the way here. It is going to be the play with the Gragas and the Lee Sin in tandem for FPX to look for those picks. But the Jace here getting picked up.
And Thundertalk as well, having a little bit of a leverage in terms of approval ratings. Definitely everyone is on their side. This is a team that was able to transition from the group stages into the playoffs as ranked #1 with the highest wins and like 11 wins to 3 losses. Definitely is a great marking, an indication that this is a team that has strong foundations already. They did suffer a bit of a defeat during their match against Keepus Gaming, but was able to recover in their match against Nova Esports and gave them a one-sided beatdown. FPX, in their first time being on the playoff stage after losing way back in season #1, is looking to break the bounds though.
Yeah, and FPX, just like Keepus Gaming, have that playoffs buff. They always seem to be stronger, or at least this time they seem to be a lot stronger with the playoffs happening right now, because they really didn't, they barely actually got into the playoffs with their regular season scores. So now that they are here, they are starting to tear up the lower brackets, and it is kind of surprising, yeah, to see Thundertalk in danger here, because, yeah, as we said, an incredibly strong foundation from the regular season, but this patch has kind of shook up a lot for most of these teams. So I really want to see if Thundertalk can be that consistent through the patches, or will FPX, you know, utilize that playoffs buff to its full potential.
Yeah, it's also very rare that we do see Z on a Jace as well. Shindo, just a bit of a banter with both of these. Apparently, well, of power.
A little bit less of a banter there for Don, because he just took that Renekton down to about half. And of course, FPX getting it started from level 1 here in the bot lane. They just went for that little love tap. They went for a little bit of lane domination, letting Soil know that, you know, he's not as safe as he maybe thought he was.
I just ran through the stats that we do have here on all of the games of Thundertalk. I believe this is the first time that Z has picked up a Jace in the entire Wild Rift League Asia Season 2. Might be a great indication of a better flexibility in terms of champion pool on his side. But again, it's not going to be an easy time for him because Sky is very good on the Akali and he has to really step up here.
Yeah, this is one of the, you know, champions that theoretically could counter Akali because of that range. You could keep her at bay, He can just willer her down with those shock blasts, but in FPX, they will not let that come to pass if they can help it. Just through the bot lane, look at Kong and Chao already trying to gain a little bit of an edge here against Shanxi and Soil. They are pushing that lane in very aggressively.
Yeah, the barrels, the Void Seekers definitely are hitting that Galio, forcing him to maybe go back in the base just to heal himself up. Shingo7 taking a visit as well into the mid lane, just threatening for a gank on C. Now, bottom side river is going to be secured here by FPX, and some vision as well established here by Chao. Just on the blue side jungle of X-Spy is again just the small leverages that FPX is getting in the early game. Dawn 1-8 as well, just holding his own in the top lane.
Yeah, it seems to be pretty even up in the top lane, pretty even in the mid lane as well. And I like that Z knew exactly what was happening. He knew that, oh, there is going to be a Lee Sin, the timing is just right, have to back out, get a little bit more combat efficiency by that item, just so that, you know, there is no potential for Qingdao7 to kind of go crazy here and start snowballing that Akali. But you know, Qingdao7 just dodging out on that vision, knows that X-Buy is there, could be here for the counter gank, or just looking to keep his mid laner safe.
Yeah, actually, Qingdao7 getting both of the struggles.
Oh, X-Buy, he was gonna get dragon range! That is an insect, an incredibly quick delivery for X-Buy, but of course he's Camille, so he gets out of there just half health as Qingdao7 just always ready to pull that trigger.
It's so difficult to catch a Camille just because of that hook shot, just because of the adaptive defenses as well. Isolation can be made as well using the Hextech ultimatum. So again, Thunder Talk will be a very difficult team to catch and gank. FPX has to step up in terms of their strategies to set up for team fights, especially that they don't really have that much lockdown ability. At most, it is just the Gragas and the Lee Sin that has to stun. Maybe Dawn 1-8, but the rest couldn't.
Exactly. And that does mean that, you know, the engages have to be super on point here for FPX. So much reliance on the Gragas. The explosive cast later on in the late game is going to be the huge threat for Thunder Talk. They don't have that big of a threat with the Galio. He does have that Justice Punch, but it does look like Qingdao7 looking to set up for a gank here, maybe a dive. But there will be vision in that Tribush, so he is just going to stop wasting time and keep farming up.
Yeah, X-Buy as well in the bottom lane, just lingering just in case. That Qingdao7 will take a visit. He is there to retaliate as well. So good move actually by Qingdao7, just walking away, continues on the farm. Thunder Talk is loving every bit of peacefulness happening here in this game right now, because that provides them a safety net preparation for the 5-minute mark objectives, in which they can fight much better since they do have the Jace and the Zed.
Exactly, it does sound like, you know, it looks like Thunder Talk has a lot of, they've done a lot of homework, basically, on FPX. They know the timings, they've done a lot of VOD reviews to know how FPX likes to play, when they like to get aggressive. So you see that, you know, from the start, Z was being very defensive when there was a gank being set up in the mid lane by Qingdao7. And, you know, the safety that they are providing their lanes is something that I think FPX is not really used to. So the defensiveness has to be commended here for Thunder Talk. But it does look like they FPX want to go for that dragon first, but there's a dive onto Z. Kong comes in, and Kong will be able to get it. He's able to flash out as well. The first blood coming in. I didn't even see that. I think it was Chao who set that up, and Kong gets that, and it will be a free dragon for them.
Yeah, Z did not expect that as well. Now Thunder Talk going towards the Repel Sky Seal.
Oh, SkyFL can go big here. Well, versus 3 though. Can he steal? Is he going to go for steal? He's not. Just waiting for Qingdao7 to get there. Just being a little bit annoying to Thunder Talk. So it will just be an objective trade. But still, first blood going over to FPX is pretty big.
Yeah, and the way they started it is just so amazing as well. The isolation should always be respected. And again, kinds of things. Killer Instinct, Z as well, unable to be saved by Shensi with the hero's entrance. Just an opportunity laid out for FPX, and them taking it without hesitation and without getting punished is a great way to start this game.
Yeah, I was just talking about how safe Thunder Talk were being against FPX's aggressive playstyle, but Z just got caught off guard. He thought, you know, I have a tower here. They're not gonna dive me, and then suddenly Chao goes for the explosive cast, and everything just went wrong.
Yeah, Chow definitely proving him wrong massively there in the laning phase, setting up for Kong and giving basically this guy's just some gold to pick up both the boots and the Bloodthirster already. That is so much sustain already for team fighting and safety net as well.
Yeah, it is a very big safety net for Kong, but it does look like how wants to get a little bit cheeky. There's the explosive gas isolating one member. X-By though will not get connected by the Sonic Wave, so he's able to get out of there with a flash and a hook shot. And FPX they get an attempt, but that is a great flash onto Kong, and Kong should be down with a Hextech ultimatum.
Wow.
Great kill there. Instantly the Rift Herald comes in. Shingdao7 and Chow, can they defend this tower? They cannot. The Rift Herald takes it down, and that was a little bit late for Skyfall to be in that fight.
Yeah, instantaneously is the best way to describe that engage towards Kong, because everyone followed up immediately after the setup, especially from Chen Si. And FPX, they couldn't resist it anymore, especially that they don't really have that much utility there in that mid lane. It's only Kong and Chow there in that area, and when Thundertop engage, it's pretty much late already.
Yeah, too late there, as you know, FPX they did go for the first engage, but then when Thundertalk knew that there was nothing left in the tank, they just pulled the trigger there, stepped on the gas, and immediately Kong was in the wrong place, the wrong time. Great coordination as well with the Justice Punch into... Well, it wasn't a Justice Punch, I think. It was just the Flash Taunt into the Hextech Ultimatum, and all of the damage just came down. Even with the Bloodthirster, still very squishy.
Yeah, just Chen Si things, and we got used to seeing SMY as the support here of Thundertalk, but after seeing Chen Si for so many times, he has really planted his foundation alongside with the team and performing really well on the side of Thundertalk. In this series, is going to be much more important as well, because it will only take one series loss to be dropped in the tournament already. So far, with the state of the game, having to see Thundertalk maintaining a safe gold lead, 1,000 so far, as they have taken the mid tower already, planting some strategies as well in the top lane to maybe take that tower down as well. It's a good indication that Thundertalk is looking to scale better than FPX.
Absolutely, because Thundertalk, you know, as I said, they did their homework. They studied how FPX likes to play their own their champions that they like, their timings especially. They did a really good job of tracking Shingdao7 around the jungle and knowing where he tends to be at certain points in the game, so they did not give up that early game advantage, which FPX really likes to hammer in, so that they have a lot of leeway in those mid-game skirmishes. So big props to Thundertalk for surviving that early game, and this now becomes really deadly for FPX if they can't stop Thundertalk from rolling.
Yeah, the most important part of this game as well is gonna be 10 minutes into 15 minutes as well, because that's where the power spikes of SkyFL, Kong, and Don128 are going through, and Thundertalk has to prevent that from happening simultaneously as well. They have to be more active in the map as well. They do have the Camille, they do have the Galio, they have the pokes as well coming from the Zeri and the Jace. They should work around setting up for the second objective, which is going to be the Ice Dragon as well. And because they have the leverage, FPX getting the bottom side Scuttle Crab though is them just prepping up for that too.
See, they're already looking to engage to invading those 7 level a little bit, get a lot of information on where he is, and they are just two-manning this dragon right now. FPX, they are going to be contesting this very well, but it is kind of a split fight. Shin is on the other side of that fight. Don's going to be going there, but Chow with the explosive cast to go out for the isolation, but he found Chang Si, so that may not be the best target. He goes for the Justice Punch. Shingdao7 is not going to be able to steal it, as they will be giving it over to Thundertalk. SkyFL there in the middle of it all. There is the hero entrance saving them all. Thundertalk, they are a little bit low, but can they get out there? Shit is going to get executed right there with a perfect execution. SkyFL going hard. That's one, that's two, and they are going to dive maybe for more. That's a third kill onto Z, and now Shang-Chi's down. It's just soil. This could be the ace, and it will be for FPX.
Not just any ace, it's everyone demolished on the side of Thundertalk. A clean execution coming in from FPX. A clean ace. And they are now going to be unlocking so much towers. Yes, Thundertalk was able to get the dragon, but FPX got everyone. Suddenly the gold went from negative 1,200 to 3,000 on their side. We look on this replay and see a flawless execution on the side of FPX. Stasis was used by Sky, but look at him as well, just going through everyone as he landed a perfect execution and the 5 points tried to get a double kill. Kong as well with the killer. Instinct Don 128 with a jump, with a counter strike, and everyone followed up as well. No one backed away, and that is the pure confidence of FPX.
Yeah, the gold graph doesn't lie. That is huge. What a swing there for FPX. As they were able to get a couple of towers, I think 3 towers off of that one team fight, and that is just what happens when you don't have disengage. Because ThunderTalk, they really do not have any large team disengage. Individually, yeah, there are some ways that they can get out of a fight, but when you're getting chased down by the entirety of ThunderTalk and FPX is speed up, Soil is gonna get chased down there, but there's a hero's entrance to try to get Xingdao7 down, and it will be successful. But there is Chow there with the explosive cast. Not going to be able to pick off anybody else. That was a little bit ambitious from Xingdao7, but at least he has, you know, that leeway, that little bit of a slack afforded by the goal lead to go for these aggressive plays.
Yeah, it was very reckless on the side of Xingdao7, going in all alone. They tried to set up for Sky FL, but everyone was too far away. Chow as well wasn't able to help out using the cast, and basically ThunderTalk was just able to take him down. Now, with a little bit of an extended death timer, ThunderTalk did have their eyes on the Baron, but FPX did have a ward as well. Don128 is setting up in the bottom lane. It's very difficult to start an objective with just a takedown on the jungler, especially that this Akali is starting to be a menace already in this game.
Yeah, 2-0-3. That Akali is going to start to hurt, although there is not really a lot of a gold difference between the Akali and the Jace, so big props to Z for, you know, keeping that playing field even though he doesn't have any kills. Kong really is the big difference here, the threat of FPX, but, you know, as we saw, if he's not careful, he can just get collapsed on and isolated, especially with a Hextech ultimatum, so you gotta be in the back of the fight, always behind Chow, most likely, or Xingdao7, to get those engages where he can just free hit and pop off.
Yeah, Kong has been able to free hit majority of the fights as well. The only time we see him drop.
Ooh, right big now. Flash! That's a big engage and an isolation. But is this the right target? Because Chessie Chin can just get out of there. Xingdao7 trying his best to get an insect play, but he has... Oh, that was Skyfell actually. As he is going to get the hero's entrance. Nobody has died yet in this engagement, as FPX is going to just get away scot-free. None the worse for wear, although that was a very ambitious engage from Chow.
Yeah, great defense as well by Chensi again. With help of the Camille and the Gallery, it's going to be very difficult to intercept on the members here of ThunderTalk. They will have crowd control, they will have zone control.
Shensi actually might have gotten caught here a little bit. X-Spy is there, but you know, he's the Cali, he's very slow and he will get executed there. No hero's entrance to save him, and that's another kill there for Sky FL.
Man, FPX just keeps on tapping, jabbing at ThunderTalk right now. Yes, a while ago it was not successful, but they finally found an opportunity to take down the Galio, and they continue to apply pressure. Right now, they're looking at the Baron as ThunderTalk is taking the Dragon.
Yeah, the ThunderTalk know that there is no way that they're going to contest that Baron, especially without their Galio, so they're just gonna go for the objective trade, at least get that Dragon. Don't give that one to FPX either. X-Spy just raw taking that turret, no minions whatsoever. They need every advantage they can get if they want to survive the next few minutes, where that Baron buff is going to be used to siege down those towers.
Yep. ThunderTalk is basically mitigating the advantage that FPX is getting from the Baron by taking a tower down, taking a Dragon as well, utilizing everything that they can get as FPX gets one big objective. Now they have to defend though. Don128 is still continuing on the push in the bottom lane. There is a wave slowly pushing towards the top side as well of ThunderTalk. Everyone is grouped up here in mid.
Yeah, because that is what the Baron buff does, and of course, because that Jax is Jax, he is just going to push down that tower, and it's already down to less than a half. He's just soloing that tower, just Jax things, as FPX, they are just sieging it down. ThunderTalk doesn't want to risk engaging here, they just want to protect these towers as much as possible, but there is a big cast there, a hero's entrance to save them, all to dissuade FPX from engaging even further, as Don128 is still pushing down here in the bot lane. Thunder Talk do not want to risk a big fight here, but you know, FPX, they are just trying to force the issue again and again, especially with Don128.
Oh man, actually Chow doing a really good job. Basically, he's using the cast and the body slam to bait out the hero's entrance. And when Chenzi doesn't have the ult, there's not much defense anymore present here on the side of Thunderdog. Now they have to be a little bit more reserved, a little bit more closer towards their towers. They could not allow FPX to engage on them just yet. All the outer turrets basically is now destroyed except for the top lane. Thundertalk doing a really good job defending, though FPX hasn't been able to take any inhibitor towers just yet, despite the Baron take. Thundertalk, though, can still threaten later on for the fight. They were able to take 2 dragon stats on their side, the Ice Dragon and the Mountain Dragon, helping them with their stats so far, especially in their durability, because they have picked up the Mountain Dragon.
Yeah, and XBuy will be one of those who really benefits from the Mountain Dragon. Kind of in a weird way, because he's not really a tank, but those tank stats will help him survive a lot more because he has that death defiance. He can just be in a fight for a lot longer as long as he doesn't get burned down immediately by, say, Kong or SkyFL. So that could be a route for Thunder Talk if they are able to get a really good fight in, or if they force a mistake from FPX here. But so far, you know, FPX are just really putting a lot of pressure on Thunder Talk. With every single time they try to make a play. Thunder Talk, they can't be really proactive right now. They have to be reactive, which is kind of sad for them.
Yeah, that's true. I like that you pointed out the durability of XBuy as well with the 2 items that he has picked up. Stark's Cage and the Death Dance is going to be very helpful on top of the adaptive defense.
Oh, Chow though, maybe isolating another player here. It is going to be XBuy, so he has to go for the X-Tech Ultimatum. But this fight is already on the backside. As he's already taking down Kong, and that was actually the Zeri who took him down. And now FPX, they are on the backside. This is the mistake that they needed to force, and that's a Justice Punch onto Don128. He does go into stasis, and he's able to get out thanks to Chow, but they're still on the chase. The Shock Blast doing a lot of damage, and that's another kill. 2 kills for Thunder Talk with the Elder Drake up. This is bad for FPX.
And real great for Thunder Talk. Now they're going to be pressuring for the Elder Dragon. 2 members picked up already. It's Kong already dead. ADC is dead. Sky going for a flank. Can he actually get in a good position?
Shingdao7, he is half health. If he tries to get in here, he's gonna get burned down. So SkyFL has to be the distraction hero play. But they've already gotten Chow down. And SkyFL, he's going to risk it all for nothing as he goes down. And Shingdao7, I don't think he can even contest this. He's getting chased away. Thunder Talk knows that there's only one hero left, one champion to try to steal. So they're just gonna chase him away. And that is the Elder Drake plus the Baron here for Thunder Talk.
After a long high north side of FPX for almost the entire game, Thunder Talk found an opportunity to turn everything south here on their side. The pick up onto Kong, the Elder Dragon take the denial of the steal, and now the Baron on the table will be taken without hesitation. Shingdao7 has left nothing to do but watch as both of the objectives are taken here by Thunder Talk. We look into this replay and see how great it was for XBuy to finally get a great lockdown onto the crucial members here of FPX. He was isolated using the cast, but it actually paved an opportunity for him, especially as Shin found an opportunity as well to stun lock this Kai'Sa down. And basically without the Kai'Sa, there's not much damage left there inside of FPX. Sky as well couldn't intercept into the back line because there's so much crowd control on Thunder Talk's side. And look at the bottom right screen. Now Thunder Talk is just marching into the mid lane, taking all the structures down. It's basically the end game right now here for Thunder Talk as they take all the structures out.
Yeah, and it was looking really good for FPX. That was looking really bad because they made that one mistake. They hand-delivered XBuy to the face of Kong, and then suddenly Shin was in there. And as you said, that stun really messed that Kai'Sa up. So this is going to be the last stand here. There's that Hextech Ultimatum onto SkyFL with the hero's ends to prevent him from really doing anything to the back line. But they are going to commit to this fight. Kong's already dead. There's no damage left for FPX, and there's no champions left for FPX. There's no help on that Nexus, and the first win will be going to Thunder Talk Gaming.
Amazing comeback on the side of Thundertalk, especially after they were picked off big time by FPX in that second